What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about DAG today, DAG, at the request of Joey G. Hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it. DAG, giving us a bit of a dagger right now, isn't it? I want to look at something with some volume real quick before we push on. Let's look at KuCoin. Not a lot of volume. That's nice to see, right? I mean, if we're comparing DAG on KuCoin to anything else, I think KuCoin has the biggest, the most volume. I like KuCoin. KuCoin's a very underrated exchange, you guys. The crypto space would be a darker place without KuCoin. I just got to say, thank God for KuCoin. Anyways, 2.4 cents right now, 8 hours left in this day. You are stabbing down a little bit. Again, DAG, the dagger, right now it's daggering, but I think that you're at a point where you're probably going to bounce. I think this is the moment where the boys become men, the girls become ladies, right? If you're breaking out of this area, this is going to shake out the weak hands, and then if you buy into this, if the strong hands, the diamond hands step up, you should have no problem recovering, and I really do expect that you will see some kind of recovery. I actually want to see, what's DAG looking like on its market cap valuation? $70 million market cap valuation. Not a lot of volume on this big day down, so that's good to see. That's encouraging. Definitely a low cap coin. You've got a lot of room to grow, a lot of room to prosper here. Looking at the daily time frame, daily RSI doesn't look the best. The stochastics don't look good, and I don't like the MACD either because you are fresh crossing red here. So that promotes the idea that there is more to go. It is the weekend, right? It's Friday, so we got Saturday, Sunday. I bet you do see a little bit of a drop over the weekend. Let's figure out how low you're going to go. Let's figure out where you're going to go. And I want to look, you know, maybe before we go too much into that, I want to look at the 1 hour time frame too, actually. Low to high here, just to confirm that we are moving down. But if we are to move down 2.2 cents, 2 cents itself, maybe just below 2 cents, that'd be the next target areas to consider. Let's actually put these lines right here. Put a line right there at the 1414. Put a line right there at the 1618, and just see if there's anything that agrees, concurs with that zone there. Okay, looking at the 1 hour time frame. And of course, I hope it's obvious as to why I took this fib. It's the most discernible low to high kind of pivot that you've had, right? You kind of move sideways, you had this pivot, and then you move down. Now you're in a downtrend, right? You see how it's, do you see it with your eyes? I hope you see it with your eyes. If not, I can't explain it any better than that. 1 hour time frame here. Volume is picking up on this drop, actually. It's decaying. I should say it's decaying on the drop, but you did have a lot of volume to ignite this drop here, and there's some good volume even now, above average volume. Definitely makes me think that we persist a little bit more. 1 hour RSI and stochastics look bearish, and the MACD, of course, is bearish as well. We look at the 4 hour time frame. You have broken out of your uptrend here to the downside, so again, you're not even oversold. I think that there is more to go with this downtrend. It is the beginning of a 4 hour candle right now. We've got 3 hours, 59 minutes left, so if we move up a little bit between now and the end of this candle, don't get too excited. We could very well go all the way back up to about 2.6 cents. We're at 2.4 cents now. 2.6 cents, and then move down from there. So don't get excited even if we do that. Get excited if we get above 2.8 cents. Okay, if we do that, then it's time to get excited. Until then, your MACD is crossing below the 0. RSI rejected the 50. You're about to hit oversold areas. You are oversold in the stochastics as well. All bad things, all things that suggest that you're probably going to go lower rather immediately. That'd be my thoughts, at least. Daily time frame now. Let's actually zoom out and get a good scope at this thing. Okay, good scope at this right here. Looking at it on a weekly time frame. Yeah, you look good. You don't look great, but you look good. Let me tell you what I mean by you look good. I think what you look like you're in right now is that since September 2023, really the end of your bear market. I know you had a lower price here, but this is really the end of it here. You've just been accumulating. You've been in a giant accumulative phase. And I think when it comes time to break out, you're going to break out to the upside. I really do. It's almost like you're in a giant diamond pattern. Right? Can you see it? It's like you're in a giant diamond. Or maybe the diamond stretches out to here. I don't know. However it looks. You're in a giant diamond pattern, and typically diamonds, they break out one direction and then they throw back the other direction, right? Well, they're known to break out at high velocity. This is not that high of a velocity, so that gives me some encouraging thoughts to think that we do, in fact, reverse from here at a very fast pace. Looking at what we did earlier in 2024, about a year ago, earlier this cycle both times, you see here how this move is basically the same move as this, but this move is just way faster. I think here we're going to get a fast move as well, but it's going to be bigger than anything that we've seen so far, right? You're finding support here right where you found resistance before, right where you found support before. It's actually, structurally speaking, it's not bad. And this was bad because you're grinding it, but now you're just like down here to toe tap. You don't have a whole lot of volume coming in. I think that you will see some recovery, and I think by the time you recover, low to high or high to low here, my expectation would be you're right at the 0.692, right at a perfect area to bounce. And again, you can go lower. We've talked about that. Again, the low end of this expectation would be that you go just below 2 cents or maybe 2.2 cents. You're at 2.4 cents now. If you go lower, that would be a problem. You don't want to go lower than this low. I mean, like a slight hair below it, okay, fine. But if you break below it, guys, that's bad. It's really bad. 14 cents, 17.5 cents, something in this area, that's your first target zone. Whenever you do interact with the 0.5 before interacting with the golden ratio, that does give you more probability to go to the 786 and 886 zone than usual. Normally, you expect to stop at the golden ratio, right, on the first attempt, and this would be from a high to a low. That would be your first attempt up there. But because of this interaction, you could go all the way up to the 786, 886, and again, just further leaning on this accumulative phase here, massive zone of a multi-year accumulation phase, you might see some spectacular growth that makes your head spin, man. We could see a 10x or more by the end of October, by the end of this month. Genuinely, we could be all the way up at about 23.6 cents, maybe even 32.6 cents, something in that kind of area by the end of October. I do believe that something in this zone between about 14 cents and 32 cents, that's your next target area. That's okay. I don't know why I did that. That this is your next target area here. Okay. And I would expect that we see that, if not by the end of October, then going into early November, mid-November, but we should be somewhere up in this area, certainly by the end of the year, and then going higher, pushing on to new all-time highs. Ultimately, I expect that we will see new all-time highs by the end of this cycle. DAG should see something of about $1 to maybe a $3.21 price. Yes, those are crazy gains, but that's my expectation. That's my belief. We'll see how it goes. I like the structure so far. I don't think that there's anything wrong with you. In fact, let's look. Let's see. Is DAG Constellation? Let's just see. Would I type in DAG? Maybe DAG. No. Constellation. Is it 2 L's? Constellation. And let's see. I mean, they're still updating. They're still doing updates, right? They're still live. They're still working. Yeah. Developing and all that stuff. Or are they just updating things? They're not really posting anything that's relevant to them, though, are they? Constellation Network reposted. It was great having dinner. Co-founder of Hackin' Club, excited about exploring future partnerships. Okay, cool. Well, that's exciting too, I suppose, but nothing really. Trusted data in action ready. Yeah, I don't know. None of this pertains to DAG specifically, but that's okay. Whatever. I mean, they're still updating, right? There's still some news. I'll give them a follow just in case, but I do believe that you're going to see a lot of movement here, you guys. They're still being active on X, and that's good, right? They're not like radio silent for months at a time. I don't have anything else that I want to say. I'm just kind of rambling at this point, so I'm going to end the video there. I do expect big things. I would expect that we drop a little bit more over the weekend, and then going into next week, we should see some recovery. It really wouldn't surprise me, guys, if by this time next week we were all the way up at like 4.3 cents. If we were up even higher, right? Going into the end of this month, we'll certainly be above 10 cents, and I got nothing else for you. So take care. See you on the next one. Bye bye.